who's going to drive that car, and I will tell you it is Topo who is driving that car right now. Of course, Clem is a driver over at Thunder Road who won his first race in 1961. He's not driving the car, though. Tonight they're testing out a brand new motor that they picked out. They're regular runners over at Thunder Road, and Topo is in the car right now, the number 3. That is Clem's son, who has also been a racer at Thunder Road for a number of years, on and off. More so off in the more recent years, but go back to the 1980s, and he was certainly a regular runner there. Out front, it's Casey St. Clair at car number 56, drifting high off turn number 4. Brandon Atkins trying to get to the inside. You got some young drivers that are leading the way. The 56 of St. Clair, the 4 of Brandon Atkins, the 33 of Travis Bruno. Will school be in session? The professor in car number 20, the racing professor that is, Bucko Branham, running in 4th right now, looking to the inside of car 33 of Travis Bruno. And he's waiting to see if that number 4 is going to push up the track like he is right now, because here comes the 20 through on the inside. Saw that opening off of turn number 2. He'll go for the second spot on the inside. He's got the car hooked up down on the inside. We saw that work for him last week as well. The car really handling. And Bucko's going to go to the second spot. Casey St. Clair doing a nice job out front with car 56. He's working a middle or high line. Bucko is hooked down on the inside. He's a car length and a half off the back bumper, the 56, running in the second spot. 3rd is now Brandon Atkins. 4th is Travis Bruno. 5th is Cody Myers. 6th is Stephen Brissett in the 59. And then the Despo number 3, Will behind the rest of the field. We're halfway in the first qualifier of the evening. It's Casey St. Clair leading by a car length. Bucko Branham running comfortably in that second spot. It's a good 3 to 4 car lengths back to Atkins as he's gained some separation from the 3rd place car. And he's trying to size up the 56 to see if maybe he can get that top spot away from the youngster that's working right in front of him in the SNL Trucking number 56 car. It's about a half car length now off of turn number 2 as he pushed up the track. It is St. Clair in the 56, Branham in car number 20. Branham looks into turn number 4. He's got room down on the inside as St. Clair just about brushes the wall along the front stretch. Branham trying to draw even in 1 and 2. His car sticks down on the inside. St. Clair using the top of the racetrack. Branham's got his nose out in front for the top spot going to turn number 3. Brandon Atkins in turn number 4 had a bobble that last lap. That allowed Travis Bruno to challenge for the 3rd spot. 2 laps to go, racing to the line. Branham by about 3 feet at the start-finish line. He continues to work that inside line while St. Clair gets a good push off the top of turn number 2. He'll try to draw back even going to the 3rd turn. The inside line is working for Branham. The outside line is the preferred line right now for St. Clair. As they race down the front stretch, the white flag is out, and it's Branham by about half a car length at the start-finish line. Good battle for 3rd still ongoing. Travis Bruno, the 33, the 4 of Brandon Atkins. Right behind them is Cody Myers in the 5th spot. Branham has the lead going to turn number 4. Here comes St. Clair back on the outside. Will it be enough? No, I don't think so. Bucko Branham in car number 20 is going to win it. St. Clair finishes 2nd. Atkins gets 3rd. 4th goes to Travis Bruno. 5th to Cody Myers. 6th to Stephen Brissett. And that's how they'll finish in qualifier number 1 for the sportsmen. The J&S Steel Sportsman class. Here they come off of turn number 4. And there's the green flag. They touch going to turn number 2. Shaglin's 86 pushed up the track. Got a piece of car number 11 and Jimmy Bushy. They're 3 wide now going for the 2nd spot. Sullivan's on the inside. Duquette the meat in the sandwich. Backed out of it. Probably a good move. No need to wad him up in the qualifier. As we saw enough of that last week. If you were here last week, segment number 2 was a humdinger of a segment for the sportsman cars as they clobbered each other. Yeah, I made up a new word there. They clobbered each other in that second qualifier, and a number of these race teams had to do a lot of work this week to get their cars in running order. The 3 other segments, 3 out of the 4 segments were pretty clean and not too bad, but it was that second one that really turned into a mess, a lot of yellow flags. But in all, it was a really exciting event last week, and certainly an event that presented a nice payout, especially for Bucko Branham in the number 20. Jamie Begor in car number 19 was the other driver to win a segment last week. Right now running in the 4th spot. His car has been hooked down on the inside, but he looks to the outside. Now go back down to the inside as he's got room. Boy, that car vaulted off of turn number 2, bobbled a little bit as he got loose, and now working that inside line, 3 wide to turn number 3. Sean Duquette still in the middle. Jamie Begor has to back out of it as Duquette comes back down on the inside line, and he has to hang in that 4th spot. Mixing it up for the second spot, Sean Duquette in the 18, Jimmy Bushy in car number 11. Again, the 18 pushes up off of turn number 2. Bigor thinks about 3 wide to the inside, but again, he'll wait. Out front, it's Mike Shagnon in car number 86. Jimmy Bushy has the nose for second, but that car seems to be struggling through turns 3 and 4. That's where Sean Duquette gets back closer, but now Bushy on the outside trying to finish the pass to get to that second spot. Jamie Bigor waiting to see which line was going to move, and it was the outside line. That's where he's going to go now as Jimmy Bushy tries to finish the pass. Jamie Bigor gets right behind him. Bushy had to get on the binders as his car started to push bad into turn number 4. Bigor was still in it, and he had to get on the brakes as the 18 and 11 both seem to be fighting the handle a little bit, and they are running side by side in front of the 19. Now Bigor saw a hole, thought 3 wide, again got on the brakes. He's going to run behind the 18 and 11, and right now he's just boxed in that 4th spot. Mike Shagnon, the 86, is leading by 2 car lengths. Then it's a battle for second between the 18 of Sean Duquette and the 11 of Jimmy Bushy. They have touched a couple of times, but they have been running in that second spot. Jamie Bigor is snookered right now in the 4th position, and really he's got no place to go because they are running side by side in front of him. At one time he thought the outside line was the way to go. Then he's back down on the inside now behind Sean Duquette. Duquette's made inroads to that second spot. Jamie Bigor trying to get 3rd away from Jimmy Bushy. His car bobbled again in turn number 2. Bushy is 3rd on the outside, but he's coming back after Duquette for that second position. Well, the guy who likes all this is Mike Shagnon, the 86, as he's leading out front, although he just had an awful time going into turn number 4. He pushed way up the racetrack, and now here comes Sean Duquette challenging for the lead. Shagnon really struggled that last lap in turn number 4. He was leading by 3 car lengths. Now all of a sudden he's fighting for the win. Here comes Duquette in car 18. If that 86 does what it did last lap, he could lose 2 spots. Checkered flag is out. Drag race for the win. Shagnon hangs on to win it. Duquette is 2nd, and 3rd goes to the 19 of Jamie Bigor. Not able to make the call for qualifier number 3. 6 cars running. 3rd qualifier takes the green flag as they race off into turns 1 and 2. It's Stoner in the 57 taking the lead. Jamie Atkins in the 68 running in the 2nd spot. Dave Raptoy in car number 21 working in the 3rd position. Here comes Nick Haywood on the outside. He's got the Bud 29 moving as he goes to the top of the racetrack looking to find the fast way around tonight. Robin Wood is at his door down on the inside. He's kind of taking a middle lane right now, seeing how things are going to play out in front of him. He works behind the 21 of Dave Raptoy. Now he'll shift up towards the top of the racetrack. He's going to just run behind the 21 and the 29 and again look to see how things play out in front of him. Howard Stoner is in the prime position now. He's got the ED Engineering, number 57, leading by some 6 car lengths over Jamie Atkins in car number 68. Nick Haywood again off the top of turn number 2, trying to get a good jump start off that second turn down the backstretch going to 3 and 4, and he starts to draw even. Robin Wood sees that outside line come to life, and he's going to follow Nick Haywood around as Atkins holds on to 2nd. Haywood's gone to 3rd, and Robin Wood is looking to take that 4th position away from Dave Raptoy, and he will as Raptoy falls back to the 5th spot. Howard Stoner's lead is comfortable. It's good 7-8 car lengths going to 3 and 4, but Nick Haywood and Robin Wood are both on the prowl, starting to begin the chase as they try to pass Jamie Atkins in car number 68. Atkins working a middle line that time along the front stretch. Haywood in the number 29 trying to get around the 68, but as he is sliding off at turn number 2, Robin Wood is moving past on the inside. Robin Wood follows the 68, now goes to the outside of Jamie Atkins, going to turn number 4. He was able to drive past Nick Haywood, who was sideways in 2, down the backstretch, got behind the 68 of Atkins, moved to the outside of Atkins in 3 and 4, and he's gone to the 2nd spot. Let's see how quickly that 61 can chase down car number 57. Howard Stoner's lead was 7 or 8 car lengths. Coming off of turn number 4, it's going to be about the same as by the time they hit the front stretch, it is down to about 5 car lengths. 6 laps are complete in this 3rd and final qualifier for the J&S Steel Sportsman Division. 7 car length advantage, down to 2, down to 1, down to a half as they work towards turn number 4. It's Howard Stoner in the 57 on the outside, Robin Wood on the inside. At the stripe, Stoner leading by 5 car lengths, but Robin Wood on the inside line appears to be hooked, and there he is driving through off turn number 2. Robin Wood will go to the lead as they race down the backstretch into 3. Stoner tries to come back and hang with him on the outside. I think Robin will be able to finish the pass this time off the 4th turn with 2 laps to go in this 3rd qualifier. Robin Wood leading now off the 2nd turn. He'll pull away from Howard Stoner. 3rd is still Jamie Atkins in the 68. Nick Haywood runs in the 4th spot in car 29. And it's Dave Raptoy in the 21 running in the 5th position. Haywood in the 29 appeared to be a little evil that time on the or a couple of laps back on the outside of the racetrack. So he got his car back down on the inside where it seems to be working better for him. Remember, he had problems last week in the 420 shootout, and they had to do a lot of work on that machine trying to get him back out for this week. So Nick, who's been very fast, perhaps struggling with the setup. Robin Wood's going to win it. Howard Stoner second. Third, Jamie Atkins. Nick Haywood fourth. Dave Raptoy finishes fifth. And sixth will be Cody Aubin in car number 7. Outside, it's George Foley in the 34, and shotgun is point leader. The Gamache Truck Center 90, that is Martin Roy. That's the field. 9 cars, green flag. Mike Wells in the 76 leads him off turn number 2. The 60 of Jimmy Ryan pushes up the track. That broke the momentum of the B3 of Aaron Bartamy, but it opened up the line on the inside for Craig Riel in the CO2. Riel's going to go to the second spot off turn number 4. The leader is Mike Wells. Craig Riel running in second. Third is Mike LaBreche in the 99. In car number 60, it is Jimmy Ryan. Again, he pushes over in turn number 2. Look who's on top of the track. That's Martin Roy. 3 wide, maybe going into turns 3 and 4. Again, Ryan pushes. Martin Roy has to get on the binders as they bog things down right in front of him. Now LaBreche will take the 99 down to the inside of the track. Martin Roy thinking about using that third groove, almost getting the right side tires off the track. Now threading the needle in the middle of the backstretch as they dice for position going into turns 3 and 4. It is LaBreche holding down the third spot in car number 99. And it is Jimmy Ryan on the outside in car number 60. Who is racing for the fourth position on the outside. Here comes Martin on the 90. He's boxed, trying to find the right groove to pick. He's going to go to the outside of Ryan into 3 and 4. Again, he'll take it right up towards the wall, working off the fourth turn. There's no running room there. Ryan in car number 60 gets around LaBreche, but again he pushes up in front of the 90 who had to get on the binders. Martin again trying to find room, 3 wide to 3. No, LaBreche backed out of it. Now Martin is to the outside of Ryan. I think he'll be able to finish the pass here, coming off of turn number 4 as we're halfway. Mike Wells, who picked up his first career victory a little more than a month ago in car number 76, leading by 6 car lengths over the CO2 of Craig Riel. Then a good gap back to the 90 of Martin Roy. Running in 4th is Jimmy Ryan in car number 60. 5th is Aaron Bartamy in the B3. George Foley right now running in the 6th position as he just gets around Michel LaBreche and the 99. Then it's the 38 of Mike Finney, who is running in the 8th spot. 9th is Colleen Salisbury in the 13. Now Mike Wells leads in car 76. Craig Riel runs in the 2nd spot. Martin Roy 3rd in the number 90. Jimmy Ryan really using up that right rear tire. Smoke coming off of turn number 2. Hanging on to the 4th spot. George Foley's gone to 5th with car number 34, and there's 2 laps to go. Want to get into the top 4 to get a handicap position for the feature event. Foley right now would be outside that top 4 slotting, as he is sitting in the 5th spot with the Shamrock Bar and Grill Pulsivers logging number 34. White flag is out for Mike Wells. Wells shows the way. Craig Riel still runs in the 2nd spot. Martin Roy has chased him down, though. He's just a car length off of his back bumper. Then it's the 60 of Jimmy Ryan, the 34 of George Foley sizing him up. Here they come off turn number 4. Mike Wells wins it. Craig Riel is 2nd. Martin Roy finishes 3rd. 4th is Jimmy Ryan. 5th is George Foley. 6th is Aaron Bartamy. 7th is Michael LaBreche. 8th will be Mike Finney in the 38. And 9th will be Colleen Salisbury in car number 13. Shotgun in the field, and the X from Sheldon Vermont. It is Adam Bartamy. 9 cars ready to run. Qualifier number 2 is under green. Greg Atkins in the 1, Roger LaBreche in the 100. Right behind them is Mike Riel in the 02, and here comes the 327 of Dan Brown. They run wheel to wheel to the 3rd turn. It's Atkins in the 1, pushing up a little bit into turn number 4. LaBreche had to get on the brakes. As they race down the front stretch, Atkins to lead lap 1. LaBreche in the 2nd spot. Mike Riel runs 3rd. Wheel to wheel for 4th. Here comes Dupree through on the inside to get the 4th spot away from Dan Brown, who's back to 5th. Andy Haywood runs in the 6th spot. He's going to move down to the inside, trying to take that 5th position away. Here comes Andy. In the Gayosa Wine and Spirits number 80, he'll go to the 5th position. 6th is Dan Brown. 7th in the Riley Ford, Egglefield Ford. Number 4, Leon Gagno. As they box it up over at turn number 2, Andy Haywood and Patrick Dupree got a piece of each other in the 2nd turn. Haywood in the 80 goes to the 4th spot. Dupree has fallen back to 5th, outside right now of a handicap position. And his handicap, with his struggles over the last couple of weeks, he would have a pretty fair amount of handicap that would start him closer to the front. The leader is Greg Atkins. 2nd is Roger Labreche. Mike Riel runs third. Andy Haywood's after him, though. Here comes Haywood trying to get to the inside, and he will. Andy Haywood's on the move. He has gone to third after passing Patrick Dupree and Mike Riel. Here comes Riel trying to hang on to fourth off turn number 2. Patrick Dupree is going to wrestle that spot away down the backstretch. Dupree goes flying off into turns 3 and 4, and he'll go to the 4th position. Back to 5th is Mike Riel. 6th is Leon Gagno as we are halfway in this second qualifier for the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. Greg Atkins' lead is a car length and a half. It hasn't been much greater than that at any point in this qualifier, but the car that's been moving is Andy Haywood's number 80. That car appears to be quick tonight, working in third and closing in on Labreche in the 100. Patrick Dupree is pulled away from Mike Riel. Mike appears to be fighting the handling with that 0-2, and he's got to deal with Leon Gagno now. 2 veterans running wheel-to-wheel of the third turn. Gagno in car 4, and Mike Riel in the 0-2. It's going to go to Gagno, and he'll move to the 5th position with the number 4. Mike Riel in the 0-2 running back in 6th now. Top 4 cars separated in their positions by about a car length and a half as they run around the racetrack. It is Atkins in the 1, Labreche in the 100, Andy Haywood in the number 80, and the 24 of Patrick Dupree. They're running in that formation around the track. Labreche just a half car length off the back of the 1 of Atkins. Then it's a full car length back to Haywood in the 80, and here comes the 24 Dupree going to the top. Patrick Dupree looks to the top of the racetrack with a white flag out, 1 lap to go. How will this shake out in the top 3? Haywood and Dupree over in turn number 2. Haywood hangs on to that 3rd spot for now. Out front it is still Atkins in the 1. Labreche in the 100 running in 2nd. The battle is for 3rd. Checkered flag is out. Atkins wins. 2nd Labreche, 3rd Haywood, 4th Dupree, 5th to Leon Gagno. 6th goes to the 0-2 of Mike Riel. 7th goes to Adam Barnamy. 8th to Dan Brown. And 9th will go to Chris Kaye with the 18. 27 in the garage taking a lap in heat action tonight. Here is the 3rd qualifier. Green flag is out. It is Tesseur in the 49 showing the way into turn number 2. The 97 of Vernold, the 46 of Vienne, the 10 of McGrail as they run wheel to wheel. It's McGrail going to the top of the track in turn number 4, trying to make a move for 2nd. Right now hanging on to 3rd as he's got Max Vienne in the number 46 who is working right down on his inside. Tesseur in the 49 leads by a car length, and it's Vernold in the 97 in the 2nd spot. McGrail in car number 10 is 3rd. Max Vienne is right behind him in that number 46 in the 4th spot. Then it is the 78 for Vince Quinville in 5th. Oh, the contact over in turn number 2 between McGrail in the 10 and the 46 of Max Vienne, but both cars appear to be okay. And you can see probably a little donut mark in the left rear panel of that number 10, courtesy of the 46. It's pushed and dented in a little bit. Here comes the 78 of Vince Quinville going to the top off of turn number 2. He's going to make a bid for that 4th spot. Remember, you want to get into the top 4 because those top 4 finishers pick up handicap. Jim McComb has come to a stop in turn 3. The number 5 is off the pace, and that is going to bring out a yellow flag. All right, so we're ready to run again. The 3rd qualifier with 4 laps complete. 6 remain. Green flag. It's the Attash Chateauguay number 49 out front. And it's McGrail in car number 10 in the 2nd spot now, as he'll take that away from Chris Vernold in the number 97. Vernold will settle into 3rd position. On the move is the Champlain Construction 78. Vince Quinville trying to get that spot away from Max Vienne. And at the line, it looked like Quinville by inches racing for that 4th spot. Oh, they touch going to turn number 2. Vienne goes flying off the top of 2, sliding towards the Jersey barriers, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. McGrail in the 10, the 97 of Vernold, top 3. Here they come into turn number 4, slowly into turn number 4. Now along the front stretch, hammers down, green flag. Look at Bertillon. Pierre Bertillon in the 1 goes to the top off of turn number 2. He's going to challenge for that 4th spot. Boy, he just went like a rocket off the top of turn number 2. The leader is Richard Tesseur. Pat McGrail is in 2nd. 3rd is Chris Vernold. Bertillon's using the top of the racetrack, trying to take 4th away from the 78, and he will. And again, you could see that 78, Vince Quinville, really push in turn number 2, as Bertillon in the 1 was just able to clear him off of 2. Richard Tesseur, Pat McGrail. 2 drivers out of the province of Quebec leading the way. Then it's Vernold on the 97, who's 3rd. Pierre Bertillon is in that 4th position. Then it's Vince Quinville back in the 5th spot with 2 laps to go for Richard Tesseur. McGrail in the 10, a little trouble in turn number 2. That allows the 49 to get away and the 97 to close. Yellow flag is out. Car parked on the top of turn number 2, and that's going to bring out the 3rd yellow of this qualifier. And he lives in Hannibal, New York, which is 30 minutes south of Oswego. A good 4.5-hour ride for him. That's in one way for that 3 car to get to Airborne. Then it's the 46 and Max Vienna at the back of the pack. 7 cars still running in this 3rd qualifier. The 49 at Tisseur, the 10 of McGrail. They gained some separation as the 97 of Vernol's got a battle on his hands. The 1 of Berthiaume looking to the outside. Now he'll bring it back down and follow the 97 off turn 4 with 1 to go. White flag is out for Richard Tisseur in the 49, who's pulling away from Pat McGrail off of turn number 2. The lead's back to 3. McGrail's got the same gap back to the 97 of Vernol, and it's a similar gap back to the 1 of Berthiaume. Here comes the field off 4. The checkered flag is out. The win goes to Tisseur. McGrail 2nd, 3rd to Vernol, 4th to Berthiaume, 5th to the 78 of Quinville.
Bombers lined up, ready to go. 6-lap qualifier is under green. Joe Fountain gets a good jump on the outside. He's going to lead him into turn 2. Fountain a little bit sideways. The 24 drifts up high. That kicks the 74 of St. John up into the bunker. He's back out onto the track and will stay green. Joe Fountain is your leader. Ray Germain's 19 runs in that 2nd spot. He looks to the inside, but not enough room. Fountain leads lap number 1. Germain is 2nd. The door opens up on the inside once again as they head up the backstretch. And Ray Germain sticks a nose in front. Germain inside, Fountain on the outside, side by side in a battle for the lead. Germain, your new leader. Fountain is back to 2nd. Sneaky Dale runs 3rd. Curtis LaGrave Jr. on the inside takes the 4th spot away from Rob Sainz. He's going to drop back to 6th as Josh Duravage has moved the 88 into the number 5 spot. Tyler Brissett runs 7th in the 8th. Bill Joyle, 8th in the 58. They are halfway. The Montroy 7 got a piece of the wall. He's going to lose a couple spots as Travis Sherman moves up. Montroy wants to get back to the garage area. Look, no, he had to go back to the inside as Jason Branham was going by on the outside. Up front, Ray Germain is checking out. 2 laps to go, and he has left this 2nd place battle. Curtis LaGrave in the 72 has moved into the number 2 spot. Sneaky Dale 3rd. Josh Duravage moves up inside. He wants to take that 3rd spot away. Joe Fountain right there on the outside as well. White flag coming out. Germain leads the way. The 2nd spot. Curtis LaGrave Jr. in that 72 as Duravage is taking over 3rd. O'Neill 4th, Fountain 5th. Checkered flag coming out. Your winner, the driver from Bristol, Vermont, Ray Germain in the 19 wins it. Curtis LaGrave Jr. 2nd. Josh Duravage finishes 3rd. Sneaky Dale gets the 4th spot. And the top 5 run it out by the 77 of Joe Fountain. Ready to go. Qualifier number 1 for the mini modifieds is under green. Good jump on the inside for the 0-2 of Eric Riel. Mr. Cheez-It trying to stick with him, but he's going to fall 2 or 3 car lengths behind as they're 5 wide off the 2nd corner. Josh Lavarnway moving up in the 13 car. He's going to go all the way to 2nd. Cheez-It's back to 3rd. And there is a swamp of cars coming off turn 4. For that number 3 spot. I refuse to use the word gaggle. Archer sideways in the 23, trying to hang on to it. He does. As they race 3 wide up the backstretch once again. Mike Whalen trying to move up on the inside of Curtis LaGrave in the 45. Whalen's going to gain a spot. He will move into the number 4 spot. They're 3 wide for the 5th spot. Inside Speedy. The 47 of Sales in the middle. On the outside, LaGrave. Now Sales tries to get underneath Whalen. Look at that move by Sales. A little bit too hot going to the corner. He got a piece of Mr. Cheez-It. 3 cars spin up in turn 3, and that will bring out a yellow flag. Ready for the restart. Halfway through this first qualifier. Back to the green flag. Much more of an even start this time as Lavarnway tries to get alongside Riel as they come into turn number 2. Speedy Brissett right there in the bottom of the racetrack in the 0-3. Be a side-by-side battle for the lead as they head into turns 3 and 4. Speedy Brissett with a great view of that battle, looking for a way through on the inside, but the room is not quite there. Not quite yet. 2 to go. Now the 0-2 drifts high in turn 2. Door opens up on the inside. Speedy's there. So is Josh Leclerc in the 7. Inside Speedy Brissett. Outside Eric Riel. The 0-2, the 0-3. Side by side for the lead with 1 to go. Inside Brissett sticks a nose in front. Josh Leclerc right there as well in the 7. If one of those top 2 make a mistake, he could capitalize. Final set of turns. Speedy Brissett on the inside trying to hang on. Eric Riel to take one last shot. Down the stretch they come. Your winner, Speedy Brissett. Eric Riel gets second. Third spot goes to the 7 of Josh Leclerc. Eric sails back for 4th. Josh Lavarnway rounds out the top 5. Slow pace for qualifier number 2 for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. They roll it off turn 4 down to the green flag. Good jump on the outside for John Bradley. He's going to lead him into turn 1. The 35 of Jason Seymour moves up quickly, as does the King, Jamie LaFountain. Good battle going on for that number 2 spot up the backstretch. Bradley is your leader. LaFountain on the inside. Seymour on the outside. Yellow flag is out as the 0-1 of Derek Tatro slow after a spin up the backstretch. Take 2 at start in qualifier number 2. Ready to go. A little bit quicker pace this time. Collins and Bradley lead them down to the line. And now we've got LeVere barreling into the tire in turn 1. It's going to bring out another yellow flag. There's contact between Chris LeVere and the 45 of Josh Laporte. And you can see the damage to the 4 car as well as the debris on the track. So once again, we'll try and get this qualifier under green for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. Chief starter Butch Hendry looks the field over as they come off turn 4, and the green flag is out. A good jump for John Bradley outside. Chad Collins coming right back. Here comes Seymour on the outside in the 35. The King moving up on the inside in the 20. 3 wide action into turn 3. Jason Seymour takes that number 2 spot. Along the inside, the King moves into 3rd. Chris Clark, 77. Josh Laporte's 45B. Running 4th and 5th. Scott Richner is 6th. Chad Collins runs in the 7th spot, as though how he moves up on the outside to challenge Richner for that number 6 spot. Then we come back to the 66 of David C. going high and off turn number 3, bringing out a yellow flag. And he was running all by himself. It looked like something broke on that 66 car as he just drove straight off the top of the track. All right, back to the green flag this time. Bradley, this time the new dance partner, is the 35 of Jason Seymour. They are even at the stripe. Seymour sticking right with him on the outside. In fact, Seymour, they stick a nose in front as they head up the backstretch. No, drifts up a little bit too high, kicks it up in the bunker. He's going to lose 4 spots. Now 5 spots as Richner moves by on the inside. Battle for the lead. Bradley on the outside. Clark on the inside. Chris Clark leads at the halfway point. Bradley is second in the 69. Josh Laporte right there on the inside. Jamie LaFountain in the 20. Runs in that number 4 spot. The Pink Panther is 5th. 6th spot goes to the 35. Jason Seymour. 2 to go this time by for Chris Clark in the 77. Bradley trying to run him down, but he settles into that number 2 spot. Battle for 3rd and 4th. Battle for 5th and 6th. 45 of Laporte 3rd. The King 4th. Jason Seymour is taking 5th away from the Pink Panthers. The white flag comes out. In just one short year, Scott Richner has gone from the Grape Ape to the Pink Panther. And he was painting everybody's wheels pink last week. Checkered flag in the air this time by Chris Clark's going to win it. The 77 comes home first in the second qualifier for the mini modifieds. John Bradley gets the number 2 spot, with Josh Laporte 3rd, King Jamie LaFountain 4th, and Jason Seymour rounding out the top 5 in car number 35.
The 5 is Mark Karen, and the 2 is Metal Man. 10 cars. First qualifier, Renegades, green flag. Dave Drake's going to take the lead from the outside of row number 1. Curtis Seymour is on the move in the 357. Keep an eye on car 13. Joe Warren's been running strong of late with that 13 car. He's got a roadblock, though, in front of him now as the 02, the 357, and the 69 work off of turn number 4. Warren will go towards the outside of Jimmy Collins, number 02, as he'll move to the 4th spot off 2. At his door is Josh Allen in car number 10. He's running in the 5th position. Leader is Dave Drake in the 3. The 357 is Curtis Seymour. The 69 is Don Franklin. The 13 of Joe Warren, then car number 10 for Josh Allen in the 5th spot. Joe Warren's moving again. That 13 car looking at 3rd from the inside, but Don Franklin gets a good run off the top of 2. Meanwhile, right in front of them, a good battle for the lead. It's going to be Curtis Seymour taking the lead in car 357. He comes through on the inside. The 13 of Joe Warren looking to follow him through. The leader in the 357, Curtis Seymour. The 13 of Joe Warren. 3 wide off turn number 2 as the 3 is well off the pace. Problems for Dave Drake. He went to the top of turn number 2. Didn't find much there as he lost about 3 spots. Now he's fading back as other cars are starting to chase him down. The 02 and the 5. The 02 Jimmy Collins, the 5 of Mark Karen. Here's the battle out front, though. It's the 357 of Curtis Seymour leading from the top of the track. The 13 of Joe Warren trying to find room on the inside and come through as they race into turn number 4. Right behind them, it's side-by-side running for 3rd. The 43 of Josh Terry and the 69 of Don Franklin. It's the 357 of Seymour leading to 2, and then he gets a good jump off the top of that second turn. The progressive banking kicks in, gives him a boost, heading to turn number 3. Joe Warren trying to draw even. A little bobble in the back of the 13. They are even off of turn number 4. Down the front stretch to the line. It looked like Joe Warren, perhaps by inches in the 13, almost a dead heat. Now Warren has the advantage into turn number 2. Let's see if Seymour can come back after him on the top. The 357 does not draw even going into turn number 3. As a matter of fact, he's going to have his hands full as car number 43 of Josh Terry's coming after him on the inside. White flag is out. 1 to go for Joe Warren. We've got 2 cars that are over in turns 3 and 4. Metal Man in the number 2, and I believe it's the 36 of Bob Dragoon. Those 2 cars spun in 3 and 4. Curtis Seymour in the 357. I think he's a Yankee fan too, isn't he? He's on the outside of row number 1. Green flag is out. 2 Yankee fans in the front row. Josh Terry in the 43 runs in the 3rd spot. And it's Don Franklin in the 69 running in 4th. Here comes Josh Terry to the inside of that 357 as they are even going to 3. Now Terry's going to stick his nose in there for that 2nd spot. Here they come off of turn number 4. They come down the front stretch. Now the white flag is out. 1 to go. Josh Terry's going to make it a race for the win. Terry's on the inside. Warren's now on the top of the racetrack. Josh Terry has the advantage into 2. Off of 2, it's the 43 on the inside, the 13 on the outside. The 02 spins, but we're going to stay under green. It's going to be a race for the win. Here they come off of turn number 4. The 43 gets a good bite on the inside. He's going to win it. Joe Warren finishes 2nd. 3rd goes to Curtis Seymour. 4th goes to Josh Allen. 5th to Don Franklin. 6th to Dave Drake. 7th to Mark Karen. 8th goes to Metal Man. And 9th goes to Bob Dragoon in the number 36. Wow, that 43 hooked up again down on the from Milton. The 17 is James Sayward. He's from Plattsburgh, and shotgun on the field. Larry Underwood in car number 73. He is from Milton. Green flag is out. The 86 of Rick Doner. The 70 of Jason McClatchy. Oh, McClatchy sideways off of turn number 2. He had to wrestle that car back underneath him. Doner escapes. He starts to run out front by about 3 car lengths. Lonnie Rivers in car number 7, trying to get to the 2nd spot, but Jason McClatchy still was 2nd. At the stripe on the outside, Rick Donor, car 86. Jason McClatchy, car 70. Lonnie Rivers in the number 7. And Rob Favreau in the 22 as they freight train off 2 down the backstretch going to 3. Favreau says to heck with this freight train stuff. I'm going to the top of the racetrack. Trying to get that third spot away. Rob Favreau in car number 22. At the line, almost a dead heat for the third position between the 7 of Rivers and the 22 of Favreau. Good racing right behind them as well as Andrew Bordeaux is holding 5th. But they're side by side for 6th between the 25 of Booton and the 11 of Raptoy. Rick Donor shows the way, driving that car right up to the top of turn number 4. As the 70 of McClatchy quickly closes in, the 70 punches the back of the 86 going into turn number 1, and the 70 is going to drive right on through. Now that's more than just making the 86 a little bit loose going into turn number 1. He clobbered the back of that 86 car going to the turn. The 86 coming to perhaps try to return the favor, but can't quite get to the back bumper. McClatchy leads in the 70. Lonnie Rivers in car number 7 trying to come through on the inside to take second away. Donor in the 86 hanging on to the second spot. It's Rivers running in third. 4th is Favreau. Here's the 25 of Booton, the H2O of Gordon, and the 11 of Lance Raptoy. 3 good runners. The top 3-point man running 5th, 6th, and 7th in this qualifier. Booton in the 25 is the point leader. The H2O is the second place point man. And the 11 of Raptoy is the third place point man. They're mixing it up at the front of the field. The 70 of McClatchy, the 86 of Donor, and the 7 of Lonnie Rivers. Throw a blanket on those top 3 cars. It's that close out front. And right behind them, you've got other fast cars, the 22, the 25, the H2O, the 11. They really don't have a lane to choose from. Gordon thinking 3 wide, trying to move around Favreau on the outside. Really close racing in this qualifier. 1 lap to go for Jason McClatchy. Bump drafting along the front stretch. The 70 of McClatchy, Donor in the 86 trying to come through on the inside. 3 wide off turn number 2. 3 wide for the lead. Look at them running to turn number 3. Can you believe it? The 86 of Donor comes through in the middle. Here comes the 7 of Rivers to the inside. Checkered flag is out and Rick Donor's going to win. Rivers second, I believe Favreau third. 4th goes to the 70 of McClatchy. All right, 25 laps the distance for the J&S Steel Sportsman Division. Here they come into turn number 4. Along the front stretch, green flag is out. From the outside of row number 1, it's Howard Stoner in the 57, grabbing the lead away from Mike Shagnon. Shagnon pushes up the track in turn number 2. So did the 4 and the 68. 3 wide in the middle of the backstretch. Dan Sullivan in the 3. Jimmy Bushy in car number 11, the meat and the sandwich. Here comes the 18 of Sean Duquette, also working on that inside line. Right behind him, it's Beagle in the 19 and the 20 of Buck O'Branham. The inside line comes to life going into turn numbers 1 and 2. There goes Shagnon in the 86 up the racetrack into the bunker with that 86 car. He is slowing off the pace. He's going to the back of the pack. Let's see if he keeps it running. It's going to bring out a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out. 1 lap is complete. And the pace slows for the first time for Mike Shagnon's number 86 as that car seemed to take a right-hand turn going into turn number 2, and he ends up in the bunker in the backstretch. All right, let's see how things play out. 1 lap complete. It is Stoner and Brandon Atkins, green flag. They race off even into turns 1 and 2. Stoner pushes up the track going to 2. Brandon Atkins has room on the outside. Again, they'll work 3 wide down the backstretch going to 3. Sean Duquette, oh, look out. There goes the room. There goes a car. It's a 3. The 56 goes over the top. The inside line comes through, and it's going to bring out yet another yellow flag. All right, let's try again. Here they come off of turn number 4 along the front stretch to the green flag. Stoner in the 57 will try to keep it down to the inside. Atkins in car number 4. There they go to the top of the track, and here comes the 18 on the inside. Sean Duquette looking to turn number 3. Backed out of it. You could see him get on the binders, that brake smoke, as the 18 thought better of making another 3-wide move going to the third turn. They are leaning on each other for the lead. Stoner in the 57 and Atkins in that 4 car. The inside line again with room. Here comes Duquette as they push up in 2. Duquette in the 18 is there on the inside. He's got room going to turn number 3. 3 wide for the lead. Duquette in the 18. Stoner in the 57. Brandon Atkins in the 4 car. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag back out. This time it's for Chris Frenier in the number 93. They'll go back to the last completed green flag lap. Let's see how it plays out this time with 2 complete. Atkins and Stoner touch going into turn number 1. They bang along the front stretch, race off into 1 and 2. Stoner goes to the top of the track again. Duquette looks down to the inside. Oh, Jimmy Bushy's going to lose a bunch of spots. He went way to the top of turn number 2, and he's going to lose 5, 6, 7, 8 positions with that 11 car sliding well back outside the top 10. Now 3 wide for the lead off turn number 4. Sean Duquette to the inside. The 57 of Stoner falls back behind Atkins in the number 4, but here comes that inside line. The 18, 19, and 20 cars. The 11 of Jimmy Bushy back to the pits. The 18 of Duquette shows the way. Now back on the outside is Brandon Atkins in car number 4. Atkins is sideways into turn number 4 on the outside line, trying to hang on to lead down to the stripe. It looked like it was still the 4 car on the outside by inches, but the 18 coming through on the inside has the lead in 2. Off the top of turn number 2, it's car number 4 coming back after him. Jamie Begor there as well. Right behind Begor, it's the 20 of Branham. 6 cars battling for those top positions as they race off turn number 4. Can Duquette finish the pass this time and grab the lead? At the line, it looked like the 18 again by inches, although it was the 4 the previous lap, so still very close out front. Atkins gets a good run off the top of turn number 2 as they run side by side in the top 6 positions. Keep an eye on Robin Wood as well in the 61 car. Right now, he is boxed behind the 21 and the 24 as they race for position right in front of him. At the line that time, clearly Sean Duquette had the lead by about 2 feet. Atkins back after him on the outside. Duquette in the 18 gets a good run off too, but Atkins gets a better one on the top of the racetrack. Dead even going to turn number 3. Side by side racing for the lead. The 18 and the 4 right behind them, side by side for third. The 19 and the 57, and then the 20 and the 33 run side by side. It's as if they're parading around the racetrack waiting to take the green flag, but running under green now at speed side by side since the last green flag was unfurled. The 18 of Duquette and the 4 of Atkins. Atkins on the top of the track will have the lead this time at the line. Brandon Atkins getting the lead back as they go back and forth for that top position. The 18 and the 4 trading it around the racetrack. That time off the top of turn number 2, Atkins with a real good run. He goes back to lead into 3 and 4. Stoner comes back on the outside as well. The 18 of Sean Duquette, though, powers through on the inside. At the line, it will be the 4 of Atkins by 5 feet. Atkins leading with a 4 at the line. The 18 of Duquette gets a good run. Atkins gets a better one again. They draw even down the backstretch going to 3. Atkins gets the nose back out in front going to turn number 4. Seesaw battle. The 18 grabs the lead back in turn number 4. Down the front stretch to the line. It looked like Atkins by inches. Again, almost a dead heat. Side by side racing. Now Duquette has the lead in 2. The 4 takes it back away as they race to the middle of the backstretch. The 18 and the 4 battling for the lead. The 19 has the 3rd spot. The 57 runs in the 4th position. Bucko Branham in the top 5 running in 5th. That outside line trying to come through. Sean Duquette in the 18 pulls that inside line. Brandon Atkins pulling the outside line over in turn number 2. Atkins has the lead down the backstretch to 3. The 18 of Duquette still right with him, side by side racing since the lap 2 restart, and we're now halfway. The last 10 laps side by side racing for the lead. Duquette in the 18 pushing up a little bit in turn number 2. Not enough room, though, for Begor to move to the inside, and Atkins is trying to finish the pass. Atkins out front. Here they come off of turn number 4. He's going to keep that car on the top of the track. That's where he is fastest. He's got the lead by a car length that time at the line. The largest advantage that Atkins has been able to open up over the 18 car. That last lap, it was a car length advantage as the outside line is coming to life. The 4 pulling away now. The 18 still working on the inside. The 57 of Stoner's gone back to 3rd. Begor runs in the 4th spot. Atkins' lead is now 2 car lengths at the line. The 18 of Duquette still working in the 2nd spot. Stoner in the 57 trying to take 2nd away from Duquette. What do you do if you're Begor? Do you move to the outside line? Do you still hold behind Duquette on the inside? Right now, holding position on the inside. He's got Branham in his rearview mirror. If he goes to the outside, you got to know the 20's going to fill the hole down the inside, and then he'll perhaps fall back a spot. A lot of gamesmanship going on behind the leader, Brandon Atkins. Atkins is looking for his first career victory. Here he comes off of turn number 4. Down the front stretch, inside 10 laps now with 16 going up on the board. Stoner trying to finish the pass to the 2nd spot. What a story this would be. Brandon Atkins just a couple of weeks back, turning 15 years old in that number 4 car. The 57 is Stoner running in 2nd. Duquette running in 3rd. Duquette still down on the inside line. The 33 of Travis Bruno looking to the top of the racetrack. Jamie Begor continues to run behind Duquette down the inside. Bucko Branham trying to figure out what does he want to do now. Does he want to stick to the inside? Does he want to go to the top? Perhaps looking at the top of the track. That's the line that has come to life. Robin Wood in the 61 works the outside. Nick Haywood down on the inside with car number 29. Lap 18 goes up on the board. Atkins in the number 4. Stoner in the 57. The 18 of Sean Duquette. You've got two drivers at the front of the field that are looking for their first career victory in the J&S Steel Sportsman Division. Atkins leading by a half car length off of turn number 4. Now it's a car length along the front stretch. Stoner in the 57 working in that second spot. Duquette in the 18 runs third. Fourth is Begor in the 19. He goes to the top of the track now off turn number 2. Fifth is Branham in car 20. Sixth is the 33 of Bruno. Seventh, the battle between Haywood and the 29. Robin Wood has seventh on the top of the track. Stoner sideways off turn number 4 for the lead. The 4 of Atkins holding on to the lead at the line. Stoner drifts up the track in turn number 2. Gets a piece of the leader. The leader is sideways. Look at Duquette go. There goes the leader of Atkins around. Yellow flag is going to come out as the yellow is unfurled. Contact between the 57 and the 4 car of Atkins. Then you've got Bucko Branham sitting third in car number 20. 20 laps are complete. 5 laps remain. Here they come. Off of turn number 4. Down to the stripe. Green flag. Begor on the outside. Duquette on the inside. Branham thinks 3 wide. Looking to the inside of Duquette. Begor's got the lead off 2. Begor leads going into turn number 3. Duquette still there on the inside. Here comes Jamie Begor off of the 4th turn. Car number 19 will be your leader. Duquette in the 18 works in that second spot. Bucko Branham runs third in the 20. Battle for 4th. Here comes Robin Wood in car number 61. Running 5th in the 33, it's Travis Bruno. Nick Haywood is in the 6th spot with car number 29. The field races off of turn number 4. Jamie Begor pulling away from Sean Duquette. It's now 3 car lengths. Begor leading by 3 car lengths with the 18 of Duquette running in second. It's a car length back to Branham with car number 20. Then 2 car lengths back to Robin Wood in the 61. Battle for 5th between Nick Haywood's 29 and the 33 of Travis Bruno as they wrestle for that 5th spot. 2 laps to go for Jamie Begor. Begor in the number 19 pulling away as they battle for second behind him. The 18. Duquette, the 20, Branham, battling side by side for position number 2. White flag is out for Jamie Begor. Jamie Begor started in the 13th position. He leads the field off turn number 2. Win number 1, is it in the cards for the 19? Off of turn number 4. He's got a comfortable lead. He can cruise home from here. Checkered flag for Jamie Begor. Bucko Branham second. Third goes to the 18 of Sean Duquette. 4th to Robin Wood. 5th to Nick Haywood. 6th to Travis Bruno. 7th to Jamie Atkins. 8th to Dan Sullivan. A nice recovery for Sullivan. And then it's the 24 and the 21, I believe, rounding out the top 10. All right, thanks, Rick. Sean Duquette third tonight. How about a nice round of applause for Sean, third with the 18. Bucko Branham races to second with his number 20. And about to climb out of his car, getting his first win, 2011. The driver from Moores, New York. Here he is, everybody, Jamie Begor. All right, Jamie, it looked like through the race. Come on over here a little bit. It was side-by-side racing after that lap number 2 restart. Side-by-side for so many laps. And then from your vantage point, there was contact over in turn number 2 that really opened the door for you guys and some others as well between the 57 and the 4, and that really made it a whole new race.
Yeah, sure did, and we were just patient. We couldn't do nothing. We were blocked in pretty good, and we come around, we start on the outside of Sean, and we come down to take the green flag, and she vapor locked on me, and I thought I was going to get run over coming down the front stretch, and I pushed in the clutch and pushed the gas, and got the gas flowing again, and ended up here. I just can't thank my family, crew, sponsors, I mean, for all their help and dedication. I mean, these fans are incredible, and we love coming here every Saturday night and putting on a show for these guys.
Jamie, did the track change much? It seemed like at the beginning the inside line was moving, and then a lot of cars wanted to go to the top of the racetrack. It seemed to be a little bit quicker.
I wanted to go whatever lane was going forward. I was looking high, low, and we just wanted to get to the front, and we were patient coming up through, and like I said, we ran 5th for, God, you got to be 10, 15 laps, and but what a great night. I love it. Love it.
Well, congratulations on getting your first win of the year. A lot of close cars as well that were right behind you. Bucko was charging. Sean Duquette was there. And to beat those guys, it really is a feather in your cap. There's some real good racers.
Oh, definitely. We got some good competition, and we put these fans on a good show every week in and week out, and we just love it and just love coming here. And great night. Been a long time coming with this new car, but we got it figured out these last 3-4 weeks, and hopefully be here again soon.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jamie Begor, everybody. He wins. Bucko Branham second. Sean Duquette. That's the field. 30 laps the distance. Here they come. Off of turn number 4. Green flag. Field races off to 1 and 2. Keep an eye on the 24 and the 90. The top 2-point guys working from mid-pack. Out front, it is the 1 of Greg Atkins. LaBreche in the 100 runs to the second spot. The 60 of Jimmy Ryan runs in the 3rd position. The 97 of Chris Vernal goes to the top of the track trying to get around that number 60. The Shoreham, Vermont driver, Ryan. He trying to hang on to that position, but he's not going to be able to do it as Vernal races past in car number 97. The CO2 of Mike Riel falling back a spot. He might have clipped one of the inside tire barriers that last time through, over in 1 and 2. Atkins is the leader. LaBreche in the 100 is second. Vernal runs in the 3rd spot. Craig Riel looking inside Jimmy Ryan's machine as they work to turns 3 and 4. Some cars washing up the racetrack. Let's check the point leaders. Martin Awa working in the middle of the racetrack. He is several cars behind the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Dupree is already into the 8th position. Make that 7th for Patrick Dupree in the 24, who's worked ahead of Pat McGrail. Right behind McGrail is the 34 of Foley and the 90 of Martinois. Good race cars running almost together in the middle of the pack, sitting just inside the top 10. The leader is Greg Atkins. The 100 is LaBreche. The 97 of Vernold. Then 4th is Ryan. 5th is Andy Haywood. 6th is Patrick Dupree. 7th is Pat McGrail. 8th is George Foley. 9th is Martinois. And running in 10th is Craig Riel with the CO2. And Riel, I believe, is in trouble. Riel is off the pace down on the inside. Cars flying by. They're on the outside of the CO2, and that is going to bring out a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out for the CO2 of Craig Riel, who was off the pace, working near the front of the field. They are not allowed to drop down to the inside of the racetrack and try to pass the car that is in front of them. Here they come off of 4. Green flag. Field races off in a 1 and 2. Jimmy Ryan in the 60 flies to the top of the track. It boxes up as Andy Haywood comes through on the inside. They're 3 wide down the backstretch. Look at Patrick Dupree run into turn number 3. McGrail in the 10 trying to follow him through. Martinois also follows down the inside as that 60 car of Ryan shuffled to the outside, and he's fighting it. Yellow flag is out as Adam Bartamy in the X ready to run again with 6 complete. Again, they must stay above that cone. Cannot pass before the green flag unfurled. Green flag! Atkins with a 1, the 97 of Vernold racing off turn number 2. Vernold will fall in line to that 2nd spot. Look at Andy Haywood go to 3rd in car number 80. Pat McGrail trying to go with him, and here comes the outside line. Martinois trying to get around Patrick Dupree right now. Dupree is boxed on the inside. There goes Martinois around him. Martinois is going to go to the 5th position with the Gamache Truck Center number 90. He's taking 5th away from Rocher LaBreche. Patrick Dupree right now has to run behind the main guy that he is trying to chase down in the points, as Martinois has gone past the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Challenge for the lead. Chris Vernal to the 97 sticks a wheel underneath the 1 of Atkins going into turn number 3. They touch going into turn number 4. Atkins sideways off the 4th turn, lights up the right rear, hangs on the lead. Top 2 cars got together going to turn number 4. Here's Vernal again looking down to the inside. Atkins pushes off a 2. The 97 has a wheel underneath. They race to the 3rd turn. Atkins in the 1 hanging on to the lead. Vernal can't quite get there to finish the pass. Atkins still leading. Atkins is the leader. Vernold runs in the second spot. Haywood runs third. Martinois and Pat McGrail, two Quebecois racing for that fourth position. Give it to Martinois off of turn number 2. McGrail goes back to fifth. Dupree runs in the sixth spot. Seventh is Roger Lebrecht in the number 100. George Foley and Leon Gagnon battling for eighth. The fight continues for the lead out front. It's Greg Atkins in the number 1. Started on point. He has led the first 11 laps. And the 97 of Chris Vernold right on his back bumper. Vernold is just 5 feet behind as they hit the start-finish line. Yellow flag is out. We've got a car off the top of turn number 3. It's Mike Finney's number 38. He comes back out onto the racetrack, but the yellow flag's out. Atkins, Vernold, front row. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. Atkins will work a middle line that time off turn number 2. Andy Haywood is trying to hang on to third. Martinois is going to the top of the track. Martinois works to third in car number 90. Here comes Martin to the top 3. Right onto the back bumper of Vernold. Now he'll look to the outside as Vernold cuts down to the middle of the racetrack. Now the inside, he'll follow Atkins off of turn number 2. Martinois could not get to the outside of the 97. Now he is there. Atkins in the 1. Works it sideways into turn number 4. Down the front stretch. Here comes Martinois. Vernold holds him off. Andy Haywood coming back after him on the inside. Good action out front. Atkins in the 1. Vernold the 97. Hanging on to second. Martinois can't work past in that number 90. He still runs in the third spot. Now Chris Vernold in the 97, certainly with his hands full as we're halfway in this one. Vernold trying to hold off the 90 of Martinois, who continues to work wheel to wheel with him around the outside. Look at Martinois go off the top of 2. Flies around the 97, sizing up your leader on the outside. It's Atkins in the 1 down on the inside. Martinois to the top of the racetrack, has that second spot, sizing up Atkins in the 1 and 2. He'll go to the top, working off of turn number 2. Oh, look out! There goes Vernold. He smashed one of the tires. Goes off the top of turn number 2, flying towards the billboards. That's going to bring out a yellow flag. On tap. 14 laps remain. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Martinois goes immediately to the top of the track. Here he comes off of turn number 2, trying to take the lead away from Greg Atkins. Wheel to wheel into 3 and 4. Roy stays on the hammer. Atkins comes back after him on the inside. Down to the front stretch for the lead. Martinois in the lead. Martinois in the number 90 is the leader, and he is driving away. Oh, we got a spin. Roger Lebrecht has spun over in turn number 2. Everybody trying to get on the binders. Lebrecht backs it down the infield. Yellow flag. Dupree, the defending track champion, sits in that third spot. He's got to negotiate around the 1 of Greg Atkins, though, if he wants to get in the hunt and become the chaser. Green flag. Martinois sets sail, pulling away from Greg Atkins. Patrick Dupree can't get around Atkins off of turn number 2. That's been one of the differences between those two race cars. Oh, we got a car off the pace. It's the X of Adam Bartamy. Slow going to turn 3, yellow. Yellow flag back out. Bartamy in the X, off the pace. Two cars that have been running well over the last month here in the Mod Squad. 17 down, 13 remain. Here they come. Off turn number 4 on the hammer. Single file. Green flag. Again, Martinois pulls away. Atkins works to the top off of turn number 2. Dupree follows him down the backstretch. Here's Aaron Bartamy in the B3 trying to make a bid, going after position from Leon Gagnon. The 34 of George Foley looking to the top of the racetrack around Pat McGrail. Meanwhile, Dupree in the 24 using an extreme inside line. Can't get around the 1 of Atkins. Again, I think if he's going to get it done, he's got to go towards the top. Atkins working a middle to inside. Oh, now he pushes in turn number 4. Dupree trying to find room along the front stretch. He's got it. He's found that room going to turn number 1. Patrick Dupree trying to get to the second spot. He's got it. Dupree goes to second. Atkins working third, trying to come back after him on the outside line. Dupree says, nah, don't think so. He's got the second position. Atkins is third. Does Patrick have anything from Martin? So Dupree about a tenth of a second slower than the 90. The 90 of Martinois is pulling away. That time for Dupree is 16.2. And for Patrick Dupree, it's a 16.5. So Martinois is pulling away from Patrick Dupree. Dupree is not biting into the advantage. It is Martinois that is pulling away, running lap times that are a tenth to 2/10 of a second quicker than Patrick Dupree. A 16.3 for Martinois, a 16.4 for Patrick Dupree. And lap 25 goes up on the board. Inside of 5 remaining for Martinois. There's a number of cars in front of him that will slow him down, especially if they run side by side as they race off of turn number 4 along the front stretch. And Martin will be working on those race cars the next lap, if not coming upon them by the time he gets to turns 3 and 4. Roger Labreche will be the first of them. And then they run side by side in front of him. That is certainly going to slow his pace, but will it slow it enough? He's got such an advantage right now that even if he has to brake and slow a little bit for these cars to see how they maneuver out of his way, may not be enough time for Patrick Dupree with 27 on the board. Now you could see some tire smoke that last lap out of the number 90. He's got a number of cars in front of him. This is clearly going to break his momentum, but again, I don't think it matters. 2 laps remain for Martinois. Right now, he is boxed. He's going to follow the 55 of Matt Woodruff, who's been running a pretty good speed with that new mount. Now Martinois will go down to the inside. Roger Labreche spins with a 100. It's going to bring out a yellow flag as Labreche spins. And the yellow flag is out. Lap number 28 goes up on the board. It's a 90-24 shootout with 28 laps complete. Pick your winner, folks. 28 down. On our way to 32 remain. Here they come. Off turn number 4. Green flag. A green-white checker finish as Martinois pulls away off turn number 2. 4 car lengths the advantage going to 3 and 4. Slides up into turn number 4. Here he comes with a white flag. Patrick Dupree running in that second spot. Closes the gap a little bit. Again, smoke off the right rear of Martinois. What was 4 car lengths is down to 3. Patrick Dupree closes into 3 and 4. Here comes Dupree after him down the inside. Checkered flag is out. Down to the line. Martinois wins. Patrick Dupree second. Greg Atkins is third. George Foley is fourth. 5th to the 80 of Andy Haywood.
Well, Rob has made his way through traffic and found victory lane. Let's go downstairs. Rob, take it away.
All right, thanks, Rick. Martinois has unbuckled. You know what time it is, folks. Time for the Martin Shuffle. It's going to be win number 4 for Martin. That's 3 in a row for the number 90. Oh, yeah? Martinois on top, wins for the 4th time. Martin raced this morning up at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal with the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. He will increase his point lead. Coming into next week, he'll have a 16-point advantage unofficially over Patrick Dupree. Gets a drink of water, gets a word with his crew. And here is Martinois, 3 straight victories for Martin. Win number 4 on the season. The point leader, the 2009 track champion, trying to make it 2011 as well. Martin, if this race was 2 or 3 laps longer, how much was left with that right rear?
Very tight, the two last lap, Patrick inside of me. Very close tonight, very happy to win, make advantage of the championship, and 2 race again. Last race decide the champion.
Well, we have 2 point counting events left next week And then September the 3rd, you're going to have the point lead going into those 2 races. But it means that you and the team really have to be on your game. Because you know Patrick and his team, they're going to be coming after you.
Yeah.
That's easy enough, huh? A simple answer. Yeah. Again, you've been busy. You've been running with the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. And at one point, you were 50-plus points behind Patrick.
Yeah.
Now in the point lead. Airborne and your crew here at Airborne has really put you in a great position.
Yeah, make a really good job. The tough weekend for me last night at the Granby, last Friday day, all the day at Montreal NASCAR Canadian, and today race in the NASCAR Canadian, and I'm coming back for the Airborne Speedway. It's a tough race. 4 or 5 races this weekend.
Martin, you're going to be losing some weight. Your belly, you're going to be losing some weight.
Oh, I lost 10 pounds this weekend.
Congratulations on your 4th win.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's Martin Roy, everybody. He's out of Napierville, Quebec. And he's our point leader. That's 3 in a row for Martin.
25 laps, $250 to the winner. Bombers pick it up off turn 4, ready for a start. Down the front stretch, green, flag is out. It's a nice even start up front. Fountain is sideways into the corner. Does a nice job of hanging onto it. That's going to allow O'Neill on the outside to take the lead. The 24 apparent went around, but he's got it refired. We're going to stay green. Dale O'Neill is your leader. That rear end wants to come out once again on that 77 car Fountain. He's fighting it going into the corners. Germain moves up on the outside to take that number 2 spot. That 77 is again sideways. That forced Curtis LaGrave Jr. off in the bunker, and he's going to lose 7, 8, 9 spots as they head down the backstretch. Fortunately for Curtis, it's a long race. We've got another car off in the backstretch. That was the 14B, but he's got it refired. And this Bomber main event will stay green. Germain gets sideways in the second corner. He tries to come down. 77 is there sideways in the backstretch. And we have got a pileup. Germain got sideways into the corner, tried to correct it, got sideways again. The 77 spun in front of the field on the backstretch, and the caution flag is out on lap 2. 2 down, 23 remain. We've lost a couple of cars already. We're going to go green next time by. Two down, 23 to go. Bombers pick it up as they come off turn 4. Green flag back out. Germain on the outside, O'Neill on the inside. Side by side off turn 2 up the backstretch. Tyler Brissett moves up outside. Here comes Bill Joyle Sr. on the inside. 3 wide action into turn 3. Ray Germain is your leader. Look out. Joyle drifted high. That punted Brissett off the track. And we've got another caution as there's a couple of cars slowed up in turn 4. Ready to go back to green. No, we're not ready to go back to green. Going back to green this time. 2 laps down. Still 23 to go. The 19 of Ray Germain has rejoined at the back as we're back to green. There goes the 21 of Travis Sherman into the tires and into the 7. And the caution is back out.
I think
going green this time. Still 2 down, still 23 to go. Back to the green flag, 12 cars. 2 of them a lap down. Sneaky Dale leads the way. Josh Duravage second in that 88. It's a 3-car breakaway right now as Rob Saenz runs in the 4th spot with car number 3. Curtis LeGrave is 5th. Jason Branham 6th in the 13. Jeff St. John is 7th. 8th spot goes to the 58 of Bill Joyle Sr. So we've got a battle for the top spot up front. The 88 of Durvage on the inside has got the lead. Sneaky Dale back to second. Here comes JMB on the inside. He wants to take that second spot away from O'Neill. But now he'll have to look to the outside as O'Neill brings the 16 car down to the bottom of the racetrack. They both drift high coming off turn 2. And they both will try and run down the 88 of Josh Durvage. They'll complete lap number 5, this time by 20 remain for the Busch Bombers. Brissett swings outside. Going to be a little bit too high as he comes off that second quarter. He loses a couple spots. We've got trouble in turn 2, the 13 of Branham, the 74 of St. John, 58 of Joyle. All 3 made contact, but all 3 stay running, will stay green. Might be a group to watch as they come off turn 4, almost 4 wide. Joyle trying to find a way by the 8 car. Now looks to the bottom of the racetrack as they're 3 wide up the backstretch. Rubbing up the backstretch. I don't think Tyler Brissett is happy with Bill Joyle Sr. Finally, the 58 manages to get by. But back up front, Josh Durvage will come off turn 4 this time to complete lap number 7.
72 just went back to the pits. There goes Curtis LeGrave Jr., second place point man.
There goes the 74. So now we're down to 10 cars running on the track. Josh Durvage leads the way. They got to pick lower numbers next time.
They're going to have to.
John Michael Brissett in that number 2 spot in the 14. Sneaky Dale has fallen about 5 car lengths behind.
Uh-oh. That 14 was headed back to the pits.
14 right now is running in the 10th spot. Don't give away anything away. Durvage leads it. John Michael Brissett is second. 3rd spot to Sneaky Dale. Rob Saenz is 4th. Ray Germain, 2 corners behind in 5th. Bill Joyle Sr. is 6th. Jason Branham is 7th. 8th, Walt Parrott in the 24. 9th is the 8, Tyler Brissett. And 10th is the 14 of David Brissett.
How many laps down is the 14? 2?
The 14 is 2 laps down.
And the 8 is 1 lap
1
down?
lap down.
He might want to go speeding through the pits 2 more times.
Oh, he's going back to the pits. Oh, there goes the 8. And if the 14 can complete 1 more lap, Tyler Brissett is going to finish 10th, barring anyone else coming back out.
Oh, this is getting way too confusing.
As we have 9 cars left.
Well, they
on the
may
track.
have to pick a new magic number.
I don't know. They settled on this one. Josh Durvage leads the way. Just gone past the halfway point. John Michael Brissett is second. Sneaky Dale runs third. Back to Rob Saenz in 4th. 5th is the 19 of Ray Germain. Oh, the 74 is coming back. It's a good thing he did. You're a fan of the 74. There's 2 stories to this race.
Man.
Who's going to win and who's going to finish in the magic spot for $250?
Yeah, we know what the magic spot is. That was a great decision by the 74 to come back out.
He's got to complete 3 more laps though. 10 laps remain for Josh Durvage. He is your leader, but it's down to a car length on the 14 of John Michael Brissett. Sneaky Dale third. Back to fourth, Rob Signs. Ray Germain is fifth. Sixth is Bill Joyle Sr. Jason Branham is seventh. Eighth is the 24 of Walt Parrott. Ninth is the 14B of David Bristow.
Uh-oh. This throws everything out the window.
Oh, my.
The 24 is stopped in turn 4.
17 down, 8 laps remain. They pick it up off turn 4, back to the green flag. Durvage Brissett, run 1-2. Third spot, that's the 16 of O'Neill. The 74 has been lapped multiple times. Rob Signs is fourth. Ray Germain is fifth. Bill Joyle Sr. is sixth. Jason Branham is seventh. Those are the only 7 cars remaining on the lead lap. Eighth place is either the 14B, 74, or 8 ball. I think it's the 74 who's 8.
Good luck. Good luck figuring that out. You can't figure 8th. How are we going to figure out the magic number spot?
5 laps remain. This time by for Josh Durvage. As the winner of this one's going to take home $250. And the magic spot's also going to take home $250. This is like the old match game when there was 0-0 and after
like
2
a game
rounds,
show.
It's turned into a dumb-off.
Yeah.
Durvage has been able to maintain that 3 or 4 car length advantage on John Michael Brissett, who has not been able to gain on it. And then Sneaky Dale is not so sneaky this evening as he's all alone in that number 3 spot. Ray Germain has moved into 4th with a 19. Rob Signs is now 5th. Bill Joyle Sr. is 6th. Jason Branham is 7th. I believe Jeff St. John is 8th in the 74. And I believe the 14B is 9th. That's David Brissett. And it's possible that the 8 is 10th. That's Tyler Brissett, because he was penalized a lap. Plus, he lost a couple of laps in the pits. The 14B hasn't gone to the pits. He's just been a little bit slow. 2 to go. White flag coming out this time for Josh Durvage. You head to the scores to get this number 10 spot. As we can now tell you that number 10, whoever finishes 10th, is going to get the $250 nice SCOBA bonus. Josh Durvage leads the way. That's why we've been having so much.
It is not going to be easy to figure out who's 10th because it's going to be a car at least 1 lap down.
Durvage comes off turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. He is home free. Josh Durvage wins $250. John Michael Brissett finishes 2nd. 3rd spot to Sneaky Dale. Ray Germain finishes 4th. 5th spot will go to the 3 of Rob Signs. As this 25-lap, $250 to win main event goes to Josh Durvage. Rob has made his way trackside. As Sneaky Dale hops out of the 16, he finishes 3rd. John Michael's out of the 14. He will get 2nd. Josh Durvage awaiting exit from the 88. Let's go down to Rob. Rob?
All right, Josh Durvage climbs out. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. He'll pad his point lead and get another victory on board this number 88. And he'll pocket $250 for winning the race tonight. Josh, the first 5 laps, pretty crazy in the race. And a lot of the stuff was happening right around you. You missed it. Tell us about some of the close calls.
Yeah, coming out of 2, I hit the 77 in the rear, and I thought I might have messed my car up, but it seemed to be all right.
Was that the closest one with the contact? Of course, you didn't start the contact. He was already sideways, and you just barely missed him.
Yeah, he was already sideways, and I had no place to go, so I slammed on the brakes and just tapped him.
And then Curtis LaGrave Jr., he had problems. He ended up clobbering the 77 not far behind you. So you'll increase your point lead tonight.
Yeah, that's good for me.
That is good because he's been closing the gap. But here you are back in victory lane. This car has been really good for you all year long.
Yeah, it's an excellent car. You can't get no better.
Well, congratulations on another victory.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's Josh Duravage. He wins again in the Busch Bomber division.
Go find Tyler Brissett, Robin. Give him the good news.
Is that official, Rick? Did you check with scoring?
That is official.
Well, that's not bad. You get penalized a lap for speeding in the pits, and then you lose some other laps, and you get a $250 bonus at the end of the race. That's a good deal for Tyler.
Main event for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. Gets the green flag.
And Rick, I don't see the 4 of Chris LeVere taking the green flag. So he will not be second place point man and not in the hunt of the points.
It's still tight up front. Look out. We got Jason Seymour going up and over one of the tires. That car nearly got on its side. But we will have a yellow on lap number 1. As we will try once again to get this Keysville Napa Mini Modified main event under green. Bradley outside 69, Riel inside 02. Slow pace off turn 4, down to the green flag. Speedy Brissett moving up quickly on the outside. He got by the Pink Panther into that number 4 spot. He's now third. Richner caught up on the bunker. He loses a couple of spots. Josh Lavarnway looks inside. He's going to battle alongside Speedy for that number 3 spot. Because we've got a caution on the Speedway. They've got trouble over in turn 4. 1 lap down. 14 remain for the Mini Modifieds. It's another slow pace up front as they come off turn 4. Green flag is out. Eric Riel inside has the lead. John Bradley trying to come right back at him on the outside. They're side by side into turn 3 as Lavarnway and Brissett run together for the number 3 spot. The King runs in the number 5 spot. Nice save up in turn number 3 by Larry Archer. Somebody got into him from behind, got him sideways, but he managed to hang on to it. Look at this group of cars battling for that top spot. Bradley trying to get by on the outside. Sales right there on the inside. And it's Brissett and Lavarnway running together. The 20 of Jamie LaFountain right there in 5th. The one-hand wonder right there in the 45. Sales in the 47. Josh Leclerc in the 7. Any one of those top 8 have a great chance to pick up the checkered flag. Outside, John Bradley, the leader. Here comes Riel right back inside. John Bradley has taken the lead in the 69 car and open up a couple of lengths as they head up the backstretch. Speedy Brissett now on the bottom of the racetrack looks to the inside of the 02 of Eric Riel. They come off turn 4 together. All Speedy wants to do is keep that 47 car behind him. As long as he continues to do that, points race is going to belong to him. Sales now moves into 4th. Lavarnway is back to 5th. Josh Leclerc is 6th. The King is 7th. One-hand wonder in the 45 is 8th. 5 laps down, 10 laps remain for John Bradley looking for his first win in the Mini Modified division, and he's running strong up front. Brissett has moved into 2nd. Now he closes a couple of lengths as Bradley had to work around the 66 of C. Halfway. C takes the 66 car to the infield. And up the backstretch. It's Bradley by 2 car lengths over Speedy Brissett. Sales and Riel continue their battle for the number 3 spot. Sales drifted up high into the path of Josh Leclerc. And that certainly slowed down the progress of the 7 car. Down to a car length up front. Bradley, 69, drifts a little bit high, room on the inside. Here comes Speedy. Speedy Brissett had the lean at the stripe by a nose. Bradley trying to come back at him on the outside as they head up the backstretch on lap number 10. Bradley has that lead back. Coming back on the inside is Speedy as we got a car around in turn number 2. That's the 35 car. And the caution flag back out. 9 down, 6 remain. Brissett inside, Bradley outside again. Another slow start. They get bottled up in the back of the pack, and Speedy gets a good start. At a car and length and a half advantage as they hit the start-finish line. Speedy leads them now by 3 up the backstretches. It's a 3-wide battle for the number 3 spot. Bradley a second. Sales is caught on the far outside. The one-hand wonder looking for room in the bottom of the racetrack. Chris Clark right there in the 77 as well. No, that's
Laporte.
That's Laporte's 45. LaGrave is taking the other 45 back to the garage area. That's the problem when you've got 2 cars painted identical. Josh Laporte on the inside, battling right alongside the 0-2 of Eric Riel for that number 3 spot. As the top 2 cars have put 5 or 6 car lengths on that third place battle. Eric Sales has been trying to find a way by those 2, but he's sort of boxed in that number 5 spot. He's got to worry about Chris Clark, who's right behind him. Now they drift high coming off the corner. There's room on the inside, and Sales takes advantage of it. Eric Sales goes from 5th to 3rd as the 45 and the 0-2 got together and drifted a little bit high coming off that 4th turn. Now we'll see if Sales has got anything for the top 2. 2 laps to go, this time by for Speedy Brissett. It would be the best career finish for both these drivers running 1st and 2nd if they can hang on, as they are both looking for their first mini-modified victory. Sales is closing slightly, but he's not going to have enough time to close in on these top 2. White flag is out. Up the backstretch, the final time, Speedy Brissett has put 4 car lengths on the 69 of John Bradley. It's another 5 back to Eric Sales. The battle right now is strictly for that number 4 spot. Off turn 4, checkered flag is out. Speedy Brissett, your winner. John Bradley, 2nd. Eric Sales, 3rd. Chris Clark gets 4th. And Josh Laporte's 45 will round out your top 5.
Downstairs to you, Dad.
All right, thanks, Rye. Speedy Brissett, who has been a model of consistency throughout the season, gets his first victory. He's been our point leader for 2 or 3 weeks now, but he's had this 0-3 running in the top 5 and the top 10 for much of the season. And for the first time, we're going to get a word with him. Here is Speedy Brissett, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause. Works on a lot of the cars in this division, helps out a lot of the drivers as well. And he gets the checkered flag tonight, gets a lot of congratulations. Speedy, come on over. Congratulations. We were just talking about during the race how consistent you've been all year long. This car's really been good for you. Hasn't gotten you to victory lane until tonight. It's got to feel good. You've had the point lead for the last 2 or 3 weeks now, and you're going to pat it.
Yeah, it feels good to finally get the first win in the mini-mod division. Like you said, the car's been consistent. Just waiting for the luck to roll my way, and tonight the luck fell my way, so it was a really good night.
A lot of things that you've been able to do as well is you've missed a lot of the, not that there's a lot of mishaps with the division, but certainly on any given night, you're bound to run into something. But you really haven't had that happen to you this year. You've been able to miss a lot of the stuff that sometimes goes on in these races.
Oh, I spend a lot of time in my garage every week, day in, day out. I do the nut and bolt check every night. So I play with my car pretty much every night and make sure there's no cracks or anything missing like that. So I got to thank my sponsors, BC Johnson Electric, Randhill Panners, my family, my wife, my kids, everybody that puts their hands in here, my Uncle Rick.
Well, congratulations on getting the win, and You're increasing the point lead.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Speedy Brissett, everybody. He gets the win.
36 is Bob Dragoon from West Shazy. Milton's Larry Underwood in the 73. Jimmy Collins in the 02. The 17, James Sayward. That's the field. Here they come. Green flag. 25 laps tonight for the Renegade Division. As they race off into turn number 1. Rick Donor on the inside. 357. Curtis Seymour from the outside trying to take the lead down a backstretch. They box it up going to turn number 3. Donor in that 86 car on the inside. Oh, look out. Josh Allen squirrely going into 3 and 4. Jason McClatchy was also off the pace. He had to get on the binders as it backs up the field from position 4 right on back. 3 wide going into turns 1 and 2 for the 5th spot. The 22 of Favreau, the 13 of Warren, the 69 of Don Franklin. They battle for position number 5. Favreau trying to come through. The 13 in the meat position of that sandwich. He loses a spot as he had to get on the binders with the 22 drifting up the racetrack. 357, Curtis Seymour shows the way. He took the lead around the outside of the 86 of Rick Donor, who's running the 2nd spot. Lonnie Rivers 3rd in car number 7. In the 4th position, it is car number 10. That's Josh Allen. Rob Favreau running in position number 5 with a 22. 6th is Joe Warren with a Freihofer 13. And it's the Subway 69 for the Big Daddy Don Franklin, who sits right now in the 7th spot. Here comes the 8th position on the move. It is the H2O. Sparks coming out of the 3 car. Dave Drake trailing a bunch of sparks going to turn number 3. That car not steering. He has either clobbered something. The 0-2 of Jimmy Collins is spun over in turn number 3. The yellow flag is going to come out as the... And it's Rivers in the 7 and the 10 for Josh Allen in row number 2. 4 laps complete, 21 remain. Renegades ready to roll. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Certainly a good start for Curtis Seymour with that 357 as he leads them off turn number 2. Rick Donor in the 86 trying to get some jump off the top of the track. Gets a good run going into turn number 3, but he's got Lonnie Rivers at his door with that 7 car. Lonnie Rivers running strong down on the inside, trying to take 2nd away from Rick Donor. Donor's hanging on to 2nd, though, at the line. Curtis Seymour pulling away, 2-car length advantage off of turn number 2. Rick Donor again gets a good run around the top of the racetrack, hanging on to that 2nd spot. Lonnie Rivers in the 7 car, just off of his back bumper, makes contact with the 86. It boxes up behind him after the contact. They're 3 wide along the front stretch, now 2 wide. McClatchy to the inside of the 69 of Franklin. Rick Donor hanging on to the 2nd position. Lonnie Rivers couldn't quite get there with that 7 car. Now he's a car length behind the 86, going to turn number 3. Running in the 4th spot, Josh Allen and Joe Warren have a battle for that 4th position. Give it to Warren on the outside. He goes to 4th. Josh Allen back to 5th with car number 10. The 6th position is almost dead square. That's the 22 in the H2O. The H2O of Gordon goes to the 6th spot on the top. Rob Favreau running 7th. A battle for 8th between the 43 of Josh Terry and the 69 of Don Franklin. And then rounding out the top 10 right now, Jason McClatchy with car number 70. Although at the stripe that time, it was the 11 of Lance Raptoy who was in the 10th position. The 70 drop kick back to 11th, and then 12th is the point leader. And Kevin Booten in car number 25, and he has not been able to make a lot of headway towards the front of the field. Side-by-side racing. The field has been bunched, and it's been tight just about throughout the event. No more than a 2-car length advantage at any point for the leader, Curtis Seymour, who took the lead on lap number 1. He has led every lap from his outside front row starting position. Rick Donor in the 86 has been in that 2nd spot. 3rd, Lonnie Rivers with car number 7, and then it just stacks up behind him as they've been running side by side, and there's no place to go for drivers like Joe Warren, Josh Allen, Robert Gordon making things happen, though. Gordo, 6 wins on the season with that H2O, going to the top of the racetrack, and he is making some headway. He's picked off cars on the outside, and he's there again, 3 wide, Josh Allen inside. Again, it boxes up going to turn number 4, and the guy who's making progress out of all this is the H2O. He's now 4th. Well, there's no doubt who's the fastest guy on the track. Right now, it's Robert Gordon. There's a close 2nd. It's car 43 and Josh Terry. Josh Terry's been following that H2O as he is sniffing the front, and the 43 is sniffing the back of that H2O car because it is flying on the outside of the racetrack. And right now, there aren't a lot of cars that really seem to be hooked up on the outside. The H2O and the 43 definitely are. The 357 wants to go to the top. Donor wants to work down to the inside. Seymour in the 357, he's seen his lead go from 2 car lengths now. It's not much of a lead at all as the 86 is knocking on the door. He's there on the inside. Rick Donor trying to make a bid for the lead going to turn number 1. Seymour hung on to that lead, but going to turn 2, Donor sticks the nose in front. Look at Seymour get a good jump off the top of turn number 2. Going to turn 3, just about dead even. Rick Donor trying to take the lead away as they're even to 4. It'll be a drag race for the lead down the front stretch to the line. It is still the 357 by a foot. The 86 slowly making his way. I think I can on the inside. No, the 357 comes back after him on the outside. Side-by-side racing. This time by lap number 15's going up on the board. Here they come off of turn number 4. It's going to be Rick Donor leading. Rick Donor takes the lead on lap number 15. We got a car into the infield. That is the 22, I believe, of Favreau. There goes the H2O. The H2O of Gordon goes sliding to the top of the racetrack. Favreau's rolling with a 22, but the yellow flag comes out. All right, ready to run again. 15 down, 10 laps remain. They work into turn number 4. Here they come along the front stretch. Green flag is out. Donor through on the inside. That 357 for Curtis Seymour seems to be going away, although again he gets a good run off the top of turn number 2, but he's got to fight for that second spot. Here comes Joe Warren on the inside. Look at Terry fly. Josh Terry in that 43 moving towards the front on the inside as some of the cars a little sideways off of turn number 4 along the front stretch. And Kevin Booten. Last time we talked about Kevin Booten, he was outside the top 10. Right now he's just outside the top 5. The point leader is 6th. 7th is Lance Raptoy with car number 11. Tight racing for that 3rd position. Josh Terry's on the inside. I think he's going to grab it. At the line, it's still Curtis Seymour with a 357. Rick Donor looking to pull the upset. That 86 car has the lead, but he is being doggedly pursued by that number 13 of Joe Warren. Warren in the inside position. Donor in the 86 working on the middle and outside line. He's still hanging on to lead off turn number 4, pulling away to a half car length lead. In the corners, the 13 on the inside seems to bite into the disadvantage, but that's where Donor's pulling away along the back stretch and in the front stretch. Off the turns, that's where Donor's doing a nice job. Into the turns, that's where Warren seems to be eating up the real estate. Before you know it, I think we're going to have a 3-car battle for the lead because Josh Terry quickly closed the gap and he is just a car length off the back bumper of the 13. Meanwhile, H2O Rob Gordon back to the pits. Not a good night for the second place point man, Robert Gordon, who came in down 25. He's going to leave down a lot more than that. 5 laps to go for leader Rick Donor. Rick Donor in the 86 trying for his first career victory. It came so easy last year in the Mini Modified division. He won some 9 times last year in the Mini-Mods looking for his first career victory moving to the Renegades, and they are dead even going to turn number 4. It's a drag race for the lead. Lap 21, Rick Donors by half a car length. The 13 of Joe Warren continues to work down on the inside. Booten in the mix. He's going around the top of the racetrack. He's taking 3rd away from Josh Terry. Kevin Booten's rolling with that 25 on the top. Also coming to the front, car 11 for Lance Raptoy. Look out! The 17 was sideways right in front of the leaders, and the yellow flag comes out. What a great job by the leaders to miss that 17 car who had spun right in front of the field in that number 25. Those are the top 4 cars. Tight racing, that's what we expect, right down to the finish. Here they come, off of turn number 4, green flag. All eyes on the front, where it's Rick Donor on the inside, Joe Warren sticking the nose out front, going to turn number 3. Donor down on the inside. Warren will take it right up against the wall. Here they come off of turn number 4. Josh Terry's in the mix. Warren's got the lead on lap 22. Donor trying to fight back from the inside. Again, that car is faster on the outside line. Joe Warren's got that line, and he's starting to pull away. Warren has the lead going to turn number 3. Donor's coming back after him. Josh Terry's in the mix. Kevin Booten's in the mix. Side-by-side racing for the lead. Again, it's Joe Warren by 5 feet. 2 laps to go. 5 feet was the advantage that time in the line for car 13. He's got a half car length advantage going to turn number 3. Donor trying to close in the 86. It's going to come down to who drives the perfect lap. Here they come off of turn number 4. White flag is out. At the line, 5 feet, still the advantage. Kevin Booten in car number 25 right there as well. Donor sideways into turn number 2. The 13 starts to get away a little bit. Joe Warren pulls away going to turn number 3. Here comes Donor back after him on the inside. Warren's got away from him. Here comes Joe Warren. Drifts up high off turn number 4. Drag race for the win. Down to the line. Donor, I think, on the inside. Rick Donor on the inside, I believe, is going to get the win. The 13 of Joe Warren drifted high off turn number 4, pushed to the wall. And it's the 86 of Rick Donor who gets his first career victory in the Renegade division.
And it is career win number 1 for the driver from Ausable Forks. He's last year's track champion in the mini modified division, and he's got his first career win here in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegades. Let's go downstairs. Rob Knowles ready to talk with Captain Thunder, Rick Donor. Rob, take it away.
Well, Rick Donor gets his first career victory and had a little luck on his side. As I was just talking to Joe Warren, Rick Donor out of his car. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. Rick Donor gets his first career win in the Renegades. Won a lot of races last year in the mini modifieds. But first place in the Renegade division is a trophy that you've been working awfully hard to get, Rick Donor. Coming down to the last lap, you led a number of laps in that race. Coming down to the last lap, the inside line was not the line that you wanted to be in. No. You wanted to be on the top of the racetrack. Come on over here just a little bit this way. You wanted to be up on the top, but on that final turn, Joe's car experienced some problems, and you were able to chug on through on the inside.
Yeah, he got into something greasy, and I was in the door, and I just took it.
He was just telling me that he had some transmission trouble as well coming off of going into turn number 4, and that probably helped your cause, but you've been plugging away on this race car. Week by week, you could see how you've been gaining on it, and finally, here you are.
Finally, yeah. These cars are totally different than the other cars. I had to learn it all over again. It's like starting all over again.
We talked about how last year in the mini modifieds, this was old hat. You and I talked 9 times last year. In the Renegades, the learning curve, the parity, the level of competition, everything is just turned up so much. But to get here, it really is a real feather in your cap because this is not an easy division to win in.
Nowhere's near easy. Nothing like the mini mods. These cars are all equal, and it's just, they're unreal.
And the level of competition with the drivers as well.
Yeah, the drivers. Joe, I raced with Joe quite a few years before he went to this, and I couldn't win it to a better person.
Well, congratulations, Rick Donor, on getting that first victory.
Thank you.
All right, that's Rick Donor, everybody. Emotional down here in Victory Lane.